What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and today I am in the South Bronx, to be specific, in Mott Haven. And I made a video here like 2 years ago, and it was really good, but there was a lot of developments going on, so I'm gonna make an update video to see what has happened since the last time I came here. So far, I'm in 149, also called Eugenio Maria de Hostos Boulevard. You know, it was a Puerto Rican icon. So I'm gonna walk 149 all the way to St. Mary's Park, and we're gonna pass like a busy district that's called the Hub. That's where we're gonna see all the stores, and then we're gonna start making it deep into Mott Haven to see what's going on. So without further ado, join me. And I gotta tell you, spring is around the corner, like it's a nice weather. I'm wearing this hoodie that I bought in Thailand, so first time, but really excited to see what's happening around the neighborhood. Just an idea, this is here, the Grand Concourse, which is a busy intersection, a busy road that passes all the way to Bronx, and it goes all the way to the Yankee Stadium. Goes all the way up north, I think Norwood. But yeah, let's keep going on all the way to 149 to see what can we find. But here, not much going on, but they got like street vendors selling fruits and products. You're good. Then ahead of me, I see some things that are interesting. I see like flags from all over. So I wonder what they're selling. And there's probably like a bridge I'm gonna pass above. But it's gonna get more interesting when I walk ahead. I'm passing some train tracks. And I don't know if you can see some buildings at the end. That's actually those new developments that they pop up in Mott Haven. And that might be like the beginning of gentrification, I don't know. Like it's starting to make its way up here to the Bronx. So I think it's gonna get pretty intense, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen throughout the years. And then over that, we are being around that area, which is kind of like close to Yankee Stadium, and it will take you all the way to another neighborhood called Melrose. So also just like another information over here. It has a reputation of being dangerous. It probably used to be back in the days, and it still could be in some parts, but if you go with respect, you should be good. So that's what I want to show about this neighborhood, but it's gonna be pretty vibrant when I walk ahead. And ahead of me, I'm starting to see a lot of activity. This neighborhood is actually more vibrant than the past neighborhood I explored, Brownsville. So there's more action over here, but yeah, you're gonna start seeing all the craziness and all the busyness going on. Kind of reminds me a bit of Fordham, which is one of the busiest shopping districts, outdoor shopping districts in New York City. This is 149. You can see what I'm talking about, how busy it gets. There's a lot of activity over here, then a lot of people, vendors, selling everything. Restaurants that sell products for cheap. Fruits. The last time I came to the Hub, I ate in a Dominican restaurant. It was in the middle of the pandemic, but it was pretty good. Keeps going. When you get towards 3rd Avenue and 149, that's probably the busiest intersection in South Bronx. And it kind of, some people also like to call it like the Times Square of the Bronx, because it's like, I think 5 corners that intersect all together. So, but this area is not too busy, but I think it's gonna get busier once I get ahead. But it's vibrant because you see a lot of shopping, you know, anything you need, you have it right here. I gotta tell you, the area is pretty mixed, but it's highly a Latino community. And it brings me back home when I grew up in Puerto Rico, like the vibes and everything. Also, another thing you gotta keep in mind, I'm gonna be really careful with my filming once I get to the intersection. It's also a lot of people that call it like the zombie land, because it's like a really high drug area going all the way to the Hub. And I'm starting to notice the people around, but I'm still gonna show you what's happening around there, you know. But you know, don't get it twisted with the neighborhood. There's like good and bad. You just gotta use your common sense. This is probably the most modern Golden Cross I ever see. Golden Cross is kind of like a Jamaican brand, a West Indian brand that they have it all over New York City and Jersey. So this is probably modern right here. See how busy it gets, you know. Stores, restaurants, people selling stuff in the streets. It's pretty vibrant, you know. I like it here. And this is where you get really like the real vibes of New York. I think the Bronx still keeps the authentic vibe, you know, if you want to experience the culture of New York City. And this is the birthplace of hip hop, the Bronx. And you see people selling vegetables. Then it's gonna get busy. Keep in mind, I haven't been here in years in the Hub, but I feel like it's been busier than ever, the people and all of that, wow. Just crazy, wow, look at this. But it's awesome to take a peek and see something different. This is like the Hub right here. A busy intersection, and 3rd Avenue is ahead of me. So the Hub is behind me, and 3rd Avenue is this one. And this is also like a busy area for people do the bus connection, so you're gonna see a lot of people right to my left side. So there's like a little plaza there, and I see a lot of people sitting there and chilling. And I think that might be like the zombie land too, so But I'm gonna try to pass by and see what can I find. But over here's the plaza. And you can see how busy it is, a lot of people, wow. Then the subway line 2 and 5 trains are right here too. So I gotta tell you, I left the hub, but the hub is really intense and it borders with Melrose. Once you're on the other side of 149, that's Melrose over there. And when I was walking around the plaza, it was pretty busy, and I think I captured a little bit, but it was an area where there was people who were really like, you know, high on drug abuse, so I try to be respectful and not film that. And I had to be really careful because there was a lot of people who looked really like sketchy and stuff. But like I say, you know, you just keep a low profile and you walk around, don't mess with nobody, it should be good. But other than that, you know, they got a lot of stores and they sell like cheap products, a lot of things you can get, you don't need them all, you know, and then they got a lot of cool restaurants. But yeah, now I'm in Mott Haven and I'm gonna make a left and it's gonna be a park that when I came the last time, I think they were renovating it, so it was not really fully open to the entire. But I'm gonna see what's happening now. Is it fully open? And then we're gonna start making it to the other side of Mott Haven by Alexander Avenue and other parts to see what's going on. Once you leave the main street, this is what you get. Regular apartment complex, you know, super residential neighborhood. And this looks pretty cool, like this apartment, you know, with the windows and everything, and then the park should be ahead of me. So I'm really excited to see what's happening in the park. Also keep in mind, the last time that I came and I filmed Mott Haven, I didn't explore the hub area, like 149, you know. So I had no idea, I was just trying to explore like the historic part and other areas where they're developing, but yeah. And I already knew, you know, what's going on in the hub because I've been in the hub a few times and I got people who live or are familiar with the area and they tell me how it is, but I wanted to check it out to see what's going on. Right here to St. Mary's Park and pretty busy today, and like I said, the weather's nice. And it seems like they fully opened up the park, and I gotta say it's pretty beautiful. I don't remember much the last time I came, but it reminds me a little bit of the park in Sunset Park, like it got a hill that goes all the way up. And then once you get outside the neighborhood, it's pretty residential, so I'm gonna make my way probably up towards some of these areas, because it's like a hill, maybe I can capture a view of the neighborhood of Mott Haven. You can see, really beautiful, and I believe it's nicer when the leaves come out on the spring season, so I'm gonna try to make it up there. This was closed the last time I came. It was only like that area where the playground is that was open. So I'm gonna try to explore over here. I'm literally just getting started, and then we're gonna start making it into Mott Haven to see what's going on, then to the southern tip of the Bronx to see what is happening around here. So I'm gonna do a little bit of hiking over here and be on top and feel like you're the king of the world. I'm not bragging, but yeah, it's like a cool hill that I'm showing you. I think once you get on top here is where you get an amazing view of the neighborhood, Mott Haven. 360 view of what's going on right here. This is a really nice park, to be honest. And then they got like the typical stones right here. The only bad thing is I see a couple of litter around, but yeah, this is it. Apartment complex, the neighborhood of Mott Haven, deep down in the South Bronx. But this is it. I'm probably in the highest point of this park, St. Mary's Park. Literally, I can see everything from right here. So yeah, really cool. And I'm not gonna lie, some people there, I get some couple of stares because they see me vlogging, so I guess it's not useful to see somebody vlogging in a neighborhood like this. But these are the type of neighborhoods I like to explore. Like you feel like the real vibe, you know, a different community vibe right here. So New York City is not just Manhattan, there's 5 boroughs to explore. So now I'm gonna make it to the other side of the park to see what can I find. And I'm probably gonna explore the other side of the neighborhood because the last time I came, I don't think I walked this other side. So I'm gonna see what's happening ahead of me. And then we're gonna start making it back to the other side. The other side of Mott Haven is where it's developing a little bit more. So I gotta say it's a lovely day, and another thing that makes me happy is that the clock went back 1 hour ahead, so we got extra a couple hours of daylight. So probably gonna start getting dark like around 7 o'clock. But right here, I think it's gonna get more interesting. So you can see it right here. Oh wow. So you got areas so you can hike right here. It's crazy. From over that way, you can't really see it, but I can see actually the tall buildings of Billionaires Row in Manhattan. Then we even got like a track running field right here. and then it takes you right into the neighborhood. We got a track running field over this way, and kind of like a workout field, but then we're gonna merge it to some of the neighborhoods over here, because I see apartment complex and see what's the vibe right here. So here's Jackson Avenue. I know the subway line passes by there, and then they got like a bike lane right here, and a couple of nice apartment complex. Looks like it's a new building. So I think this over here is not much to see. It's just probably mostly like a residential area. But you know, I like to explore every corner of a neighborhood to see what's going on, because sometimes you never know, you might discover something pretty interesting. But yeah, so far here, like I said, super residential. It looks like any other neighborhood you would get in the Bronx, but it's more peaceful on this side than it was by the hub. And this is Concord Avenue, and this apartment complex, they look pretty nice too. I like it. So we're here to developing like apartment complex, like any neighborhood around New York City, they always build. Also, another thing, I mentioned it in my previous video that I made in Mott Haven, but I'll mention it again. This is actually the first neighborhood in the Bronx that they incorporated like an historic district, and that's gonna be mostly between 140 and 139. Once I make it deep down to the other side, you're gonna see like some nice looking architecture and some brownstone buildings. And I think if I make it towards Alexander Avenue, you're gonna see also like some restaurants and bars. So it's kind of like a little hippie vibe. And I think that's the region over there that's kind of attracting people to move over there. Because it's right, really close to the subway line, the 6 train and the 4 train. This over here is the other side of the park. They even got a baseball field. And then over here is like a couple of houses, 143rd. So I'll make it right, do a couple of blocks down while I make it to the historic district to see what's going on. Then here you can see how the houses looks like and how you got to park here, and it's pretty quiet. So, you know, really cool vibes. But now I'm gonna walk and I'm gonna make it to Bruckner Avenue and merge to the left and start seeing there's a couple of other main streets happening over there. But then we'll merge into the historic district to see what's been happening lately around there. Then here I merge into the street to show you what's going on. You can see it's pretty residential, pretty quiet. And then here they're developing like a new apartment. It's happening all over, you know. But I'm not sure. I think this is like a dead end road, so there's nothing going on ahead of me. So now, now I gotta merge back to the other side and make my way to the other part of Mott Haven. Like I said, I'm just getting started. In the map, it doesn't look like it's a big neighborhood, but like in person, you know, it could be a little bit of a distance to walk from one side to another one. But then this street is cool. I like how the apartments look like over here. It's like crazy, like every street that you walk here in Mott Haven is different from another one. You know, like for example, you go to Brooklyn, a lot of streets, they're pretty much similar because they got the brownstone complex. But here that's not the case. Like look at this one, for example. You can see like kind of townhouses or houses, and then over here you just see apartment complex. And then there's like another main road right here that I'm gonna make a right. There's a high community of Puerto Ricans in this neighborhood. You know, they're literally scattered all over New York City, but I think this here in Mott Haven is one of the neighborhoods in New York that has a lot of them. I know because I walk around, I hear them speaking, you know, Spanish, and that's where I'm from. So, like I say, this neighborhood kind of makes me feel a little bit like home. So it's a good feeling. Also, I gotta tell you, like most of the blocks that you walk here, it's like you always see something pretty interesting happening or some action, because like many other neighborhoods, they got like a main street where all the action happens. Then when you make a detour in some of the small streets, there's really not much going on, party houses. But it's like over here, a lot of things happening. You see people, you see bodegas and stuff. So really cool. So here's 138, which is also like another busy main street happening here. Actually, this area looks better than 149. Like it's more organized and much more chiller. Also, the bars feel like a little bit more safer too. Yeah, you got a couple of stores. You see the flags, the mannequin, then a couple other flags right here. Puerto Rican flags here ahead, hanging out. So really cool. We got like some food trucks, like taco trucks right here. So it's a lot happening, which is, you know, really cool. You know, here's the 6 train line. The 6 train line mostly runs local throughout the Bronx, and it passes Parkchester and other interesting neighborhoods. This is Bruckner Avenue right here. And yeah, I think this time is more busy than the last time I came, and I'm exploring more things that I explored last time. So I'm gonna walk one more block and then I'm gonna merge into 139 and 140. That should be the area where you'll see the beautiful brownstones. It's gonna be pretty interesting. You got some beautiful architecture, apartment complex right in 138. And then it's kind of like a mixture busy with residential area. Like you got this other apartments right here, more happening ahead of me. So like I said, there's a lot to see in Mott Haven. Then this over here is 139. This is part of the historic district that you're gonna see in ahead of me. I'm looking at the apartment complex. They are pretty nice. I'm not gonna say like they're crazy, but it's still pretty nice to look at. And I'm gonna show you guys in a bit. You can see it, you know, pretty nice. And I figured in 140 also, they got some nice looking architecture. But this is pretty interesting. Here you see the apartments, and that's a sign private property. But look at this classic car right here. Wow, this is actually really cool. Like in the old school. But then you get this here that looks pretty nice. I like it. Now let's make it a 140 Street to see what's happening over there. And then we're gonna merge into other parts, probably by Alexander Avenue, because that's where all the stores and really cool stuff is happening. And I think there's also like a mural underneath a bridge or underpass. Now I'm in 140 Street, and this street is actually pretty nicer than the other one. I'll show you ahead the architecture that's happening over here, which is pretty cool. You can see, you end up like in a nice looking street like this. Kind of gets you a vibe like if you're somewhere like in Brooklyn. But this is actually the heart of the Bronx in Mott Haven. It just keeps going. Another thing I like is how wide the streets are. But then if you look here to my right, it's actually beautiful too, because it got nice looking architecture over this side. Like it's not big, but it still looks pretty cool. This is the mini historic district right here in Mott Haven, which I think is pretty cool, you know, pretty lovely neighborhood, beautiful architecture, and you guys know I'm a huge fan of architecture, so I'm really happy to check this out right here in Mott Haven. And here they have like this little passage that you could shortcut and make it to the other side. Some passing kind of, something that you'll see all over New York City and the Bronx, they call it the PJs, and there's a little local park. But then ahead of me, I'm looking at a beautiful mural. And I think the street ahead must be pretty cool too. So let's see what can we find in the front. This is where you see street art. You guys know I'm a huge fan of it. So pretty creative and pretty nice, wow. Then ahead of me, I'm looking at some pretty interesting things too. And one thing I noticed, I see a sign and it's in color brown. When it's brown color, that's how you know it's an historic district. And I think it's actually at Alexander Avenue. You're gonna see what's happening ahead of me. Looking at the parking lot and like the beautiful buildings, it reminds me a little bit of some parts of Crown Heights in Brooklyn. Here you can see. Then Alexander Avenue, and I think the police precinct is right here too. If I'm not mistaken, but I'm gonna shortcut to the other side to show you what's going on. So this is the beautiful street at Alexander Avenue, but once you make it over that way, it gets nicer. We'll get there in a bit. I want to make it to another part. Ahead of me, I think it's one of the big projects right here in Mott Haven, which is called Patterson houses. And I think back in the days, probably till now, it used to be really rough. But I want to take a peek to see what's going on over there. So the last time I came, I don't think I walked the area, but I'm gonna shortcut to see what's going on, and then we're gonna make it to the most developed part of Mott Haven, and then probably wrap up the video. It's right on 3rd Avenue. So I can see it right here. This is it right here, Patterson houses, housing projects. I'm gonna shortcut to the other side, but most of the buildings, they look pretty similar. Brick buildings, pretty tall. You know, it's mostly like buildings for people of low income, but there's a lot of good people. So as I was walking here, I think there was a guy, he probably knows everybody in the hood. He probably knows everybody in the building, but he was kind of looking at me kind of weird, but you have an idea what it looks like in Patterson houses. I'm deep down in Morris Avenue, and I'm gonna make it to the southern tip. And that's where all the brand new developments are going on, and a lot of controversy because, you know, it literally changes like the neighborhood. And I can really feel like the community vibe right here in Mott Haven, and it's mostly all the neighborhoods are down in the Bronx, but we're gonna see what's happening. I already can see how the new buildings are changing the location right in the Bronx. Still Patterson houses, so It takes a couple of blocks down. But we're gonna go straight. And like I say, I think I'm gonna enter like another world right now. So really excited to check it out to see what's the vibe. So I made a little detour because I see like some tall apartment complex. So I'm trying to figure my way over that way. And I don't know, it's really crazy. Even over here, you can see this building over here. You can tell like it's a brand new building. But there's like a couple of tall buildings on the other side that are mostly probably new apartment complex. So I think that's what's causing the gentrification that's happening here by Mott Haven. So I'm gonna try to make it that way, figure my way over that way and explore and see what's happening, and then we keep going to the other side. So this is the area of the Grand Concourse, and behind me, those are some brand new buildings. But then ahead of me, we got other buildings that they pop up. And it's right here by the subway station 138, by the 4 and 5 train, but you have an idea. Those are the new developments that are popping up. And it says Grand Concourse Luxury Apartments for lease. So that's pretty crazy what's happening around here. Then you got the Metro North that passes over here, so wow. Now let's start making it to the other side to see what can we find. I think it's gonna be even more interesting the other side and much more cooler. You can see the new developments, and then they built this apartment here that has like a balcony. So that must be pretty dope. But then you see the PJs across, you know, so it kind of makes me feel like a mixture of feelings. And while I'm walking near the train station, I'm starting to see people that I know, they literally move in the neighborhood. If you've been around the area in New York, you already can tell, you know. And this is like another building, so it seems like they're trying to develop all this whole area here. This is 3rd Avenue. So I'm gonna make my way towards that way and figure how can I get close to those new buildings that they build up to show you. I'm trying to remember, but it's been like 2 years since I've been here. Then I'm back again at 3rd Avenue and pretty different from where I was walking here, 149. Oh, here there's really not much going on, but I'm looking around, it seems like they got this beautiful Chase Bank right here. Then you got a new apartment complex. So it seems like this is like the area they want to develop. Then they got a food truck, which is closed right now. You can start seeing the brand new high-rise buildings. I'm gonna try to get as close as I can to show you what's going on, then explore like this region over here under the bridge, which is gonna be really cool. They even have a hotel here, Comfort Inn Suites, which are probably one of the affordable hotels. And then over here, you're gonna start seeing this monster right by the highway. Wow. It's crazy, because they're literally across this building is the river, and Manhattan is on the other side. Then, not sure if I can show clearly because I can't walk over that way. We have an idea what this new buildings look like. And I'm not sure if they got also like a waterfront. You can walk that technically, I say, it's public space, but I think they're trying to avoid people who don't live in these apartments to go in. So I'm gonna try to see if I can show what's going on. But this is it right here, tall buildings. It literally looks like those buildings that you'll get in Manhattan. Wow, look how tall they are, it's crazy. They even got like an urgent care right here. And then it says now leasing. And I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but I think by curiosity, I checked the prices of some of these buildings, and I think they're like $2,500 and up. That is ridiculous, really expensive for an area like this. So, you know, something that's happening all over New York. You see, new buildings, so I don't know if they got like another way over here, but if anything, I'm just gonna turn back and show you the other district in Mott Haven. So you got more of the high-rise, and I think I could go under the bridge to show you the other side of what's going on. And it keeps going, wow. It's like as many buildings that connect with each other, so that's really cool. And I see people walking towards that way, so I'm not sure if there's like a waterfront or something. But I want to merge over this way in a bit. But let me take a peek of what's happening over this side. Discover this modern waterfront right here. And it says open to the public, so they cannot really kick me out. But yeah, they got this with the new buildings. And this is just, I don't know if it's an abandoned bridge. It could be really helpful, and that's a bridge from 3rd Avenue that would take you to Manhattan. So this is Manhattan over here, and this side is the Bronx. So, you know, really cool. But that explains why a lot of people are walking towards this way, because there's a stair that take you up to the bridge, and they can cross the bridge from the Bronx to Manhattan. And then the other side, I think this pedestrian alley goes too. So, but just to show you a little bit of information. Open to the public from 6 in the morning to 1 in the morning. So, you know, you can walk here, you know, and explore the area. And even got like this little chairs here. They can sit, have a picnic or whatever, and just chill. This is the other area that says lease now. Bankside, NYC. As you can see over here, also it got the waterfront. I can actually see Taino Towers, that's East Harlem ahead, which is really cool. There's somebody over there chilling. So I'm not sure in the future they're gonna connect this with the other side, but this is a really good vibe over here, and you see a couple of people just chilling and enjoying the weather. So this area is actually more busy than the other side. So another cool thing, this apartment complex, it got parking lot too. So yeah, and now let's just make it to the other side to see what's going on. So this is Bruckner Avenue. I'm gonna go there in a bit to show you what's going on, but over here we got some pretty cool looking street art. And I don't remember seeing this other art the last time I came here, but it looks pretty dope. But then you got this here that says Mott Haven. Too bad that people vandalize the art. But still dope to look. This building here looks cool. It's actually a dispensary, so I'm not sure. Oh, I guess it's over here. They're gonna open it, but then this over here looks really dope. This art. Wow, I can see some of the Spanish names. Wow, this is pretty lit right here, this art. I like it. I tell you, this section over here in Mott Haven, it kind of gives me a vibe of Bushwick Collective in Brooklyn. Like the same, I can see the street art like this. Wow, Graffiti Alley, a mural. This is actually pretty good. Let me show you ahead. Keeps going. So they really put in the work. And then another cool thing, they got a 787 Coffee, which is a Puerto Rican coffee shop. But I think this location closes at 5 o'clock. But they expanded all over New York City, and then they made it over here to the Bronx. So let's walk to the other side to Bruckner Avenue to see what can we find. And we're gonna check Alexander Avenue on this side so we can see the cool vibes that's going on over here. And ahead of me, I'm gonna get really excited because I see a Puerto Rican flag, and I think it's J-Lo. So I don't think this was here the last time I came, but wow, this is a really dope art. And the icon, Puerto Rican icon right here, as you can see. So yeah, this area over here, I'm really impressed. So it seems like they're trying to develop it a lot, and a lot of people are moving in. And look at this building over here. Pretty nice, right? Kind of gives me a vibe like if I'm in another city. Then over here, I think there's a street art also that's really cool. It's actually a flower shop. Nothing crazy, it just says NYC, but it's pretty cool to look at. But now I'm just gonna make a left to see what's going on. It's Bruckner Avenue over here, and like I said, it feels like if you're in another city. Well, I'm gonna see what's happening over here. There's probably a couple of business going around. There's a charter school right here. So like I say, this over here, like the southern tip of Mott Haven in the Bronx, is like probably the most developed area that's happening right now. I think if I cross the street, it's even better. But then look at this. It feels like if you're somewhere in Manhattan, but this is literally Mott Haven. Crazy, right? See over here, that's like another apartment complex, Poly Luxury. So I'm gonna do like one block down, then I'm gonna turn back and make it to Alexander Avenue to see what's going on. Gotta tell you, this area, maybe because I'm literally by the water, feels colder than the other side. Like I'm walking around here and it's getting a little bit windy, but it's still nice. Tomorrow's gonna be almost like 70 degrees, so I'm looking forward to the nice weather and to exploring many other neighborhoods and making content for you guys. This is a cool block over here. It says living every day like a hustle. Over there, there's a sign, and I think there's a couple of business happening around there. And this is Alexander Avenue where all the main streets is going on. And then over here, it seems like they developed this new apartment complex. They got this new building, and like I said, one thing I like is how brand new the sidewalk is and how wide it is. It's really crazy how different this side is from the other side that I started in Mott Haven. So it's like I say, it's like every block or every region that you walk around Mott Haven, it just changes. But I mean, that's like the beauty of New York City. No matter where you go, every block changes and you see some pretty cool stuff going on. So it seems like this area over here, let me show you ahead. It seems like this is gonna be like the popping spot. So there's a lot of empty lots down here, but it seems like they might be opening, restaurants and stuff. So little by little, don't be surprised that this is gonna be a happening neighborhood or a happening section right here. Now let's just merge back and make it towards Alexander Avenue to see what's going on over there. Pass by the underside of the bridge, where there should be like some street mural, and then we're probably gonna wrap up this video. It's been an amazing evening exploring right here in Mott Haven. I had a blast. I'm really happy to come here and check out what's going on. I wanted to film over that way, but they're playing some loud music, and it's actually from French Montana. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was from this neighborhood or Castle Hill. Either way, he's originally from Morocco, but he came here to the Bronx. And then over here we got this beautiful street mural. Can't really see it clear because it's under the bridge. But it's a good representation of the Bronx. And then on the other side, we got more stuff going on too. So I think this side is actually even cooler. And here's pretty dope too. Really represents New York. During the summertime when it's super hot, this is what you get. The pump, and then it got the subway line here, that's really cool. So yeah. But yeah, this is actually pretty dope right here, I like it. Over here, they got like a shop here, and then they got this mural over here. Really proud as a Puerto Rican that they have a lot of icons, a lot of murals here that are dedicated to the Puerto Rican community. I grew up there for 19 years, and then ahead of me, I see like some brand new apartment complex, so it seems like they want to develop the street like this, and then you got this over here. Like I tell you, it makes you feel like if you're in Brooklyn or even some parts of Manhattan. It's crazy. But it's happening right here in the Bronx. You get a better view. This building is looking just like one that I saw in Williamsburg, like the same design and the same architecture. Pretty interesting. So that was the end of my video exploring Mott Haven right here in the Bronx. Did a long walk and I tried to explore every corner in the neighborhood. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all and peace.